All right, guys, here's the Friday Math Challenge solution. I forgot to post this, so thank you to Marissa for reminding me. So now here we have some shoes, a little guy in a tuxedo, a pair of sunglasses, a boxing glove, and a puzzle. So again, we want to go through and figure out, use what we know to figure out what we don't know. The first three are 3 of something equals 60. What 3 of what equals 60? Well, 3 20s equals 60. Let's prove it. 20 plus 20 plus 20. 20, 40, 60. Okay, so far the shoes, the pair of shoes equals 20. So we're going to take what we have here on the first row and see, does it match anything here on my second row? Well, yes, it does. I have a pair of shoes right here, so I can assign these a value of 20. 20 plus this much more equals 30. Well, 20 plus how much more equals 30? 10. So these two identical guys together have a value of 10. So one has a value of 5, so does the other. So 20 plus 5 plus 5, 20, 25, 30 equals 30. So let's take what we have here, see if it matches anything down here. Well, what do we have from up here? We have our guy in the tuxedo is going out on a date. And each time we have a guy that looks like this, like we do down here, we have a value of 5. So we have 5 plus 2 more amounts equals 1. So I'm thinking in my head, 5 plus how much more will give me 9? 5 plus what? 4. All right. So what these two items together equal 4. So what do they equal apart? They equal 2. 2 units of 2 equal 4. So what do we have? 5 plus 2 plus 2 is 9. So now let's look down here. What do we have? We have a pair of shoes. We know that has a value of 20. We have this boxing glove, which we don't know the value of yet, but we also know the value of the sunglasses is 2. So we have 20 plus some amount plus 2 equals 42. So 20 plus 2 is 22. How much farther is it to 42? 22 plus 20. So this boxing glove also has a value of 20. Let's make sure that that's correct. 20 plus 20 is 40 plus 2 is 42. Okay? So again, we have 20 plus 2 plus 2 equals 42. Now let's take what we've learned here and come down to this bottom row. What's the same? Well, we have a shoe, not 2 shoes, so it's not worth 20. It's worth half of 20 because it's a pair of shoes, so that's worth 10. 1 shoe is 10. Now we have our guy, and let's come back to him in a second, because if you're looking carefully, my tuxedo guy here and my tuxedo guy here, they look super different, so we're going to have to figure out his value in a second. This pair of sunglasses is the same, so that equals 2. So we have 10 plus some amount times 2 equals the question mark. So now we need to figure out the value of the guy. So first, I look at his value alone, just like up here. Minimal is worth 5. His value is 5, just like here. So we've added to the 5. What have we added? Well, we've added 2 boxing gloves. So 1 boxing glove was 20. I'm going to write it right in his hand. This boxing glove is also 20. So I've also added an extra 40 to my 5. So what else has he added? He's got some fancy shoes on. He took off his fancy black dancing shoes and he put on some running shoes, because he's going to do some boxing. How much is the value of, or what is the value of the pair of shoes? It's still 20. Okay, so what do we have for the value of this guy? Well, we still have something else we need to look at. If we're looking carefully, his eyes are clear and white here, but down here he has what on his face? Sunglasses. What's the value of the sunglasses? 2. So this whole thing right here is the value of this guy. 40 plus 20 is 60, plus 5 is 65, plus 2 is 67. So what's our equation that we have here that we have to deal with to find our value? We have 10 plus 67 times 2. And we know that when we have order of operations, we have two values here we have to multiply first. Okay, so we have 67 times 2. Well, what I know is 60 times 2 is 120. 7 times 2 is 14. So 120 plus 14 is 134. Plus 10 more equals 144. So 134 plus 10 is 144. So the value of the question mark is 144. So check your answers, see how you did. I'll see you soon.